Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the home studio tonight on this, the 8th day of November in the year 2022. It is election night, and there are several races to bring you updates on. Of course, we'll just give you a little bit of an overview. In the borough of North Arlington, there is a race for mayor that pits Dan Pronti against a Democratic challenger. In the town of Harrison, there is a mayoral race that pits Mayor James A. Fife up against Anselmo Milan, who is, of course, the former Second Ward councilman in Harrison. And in the town of Kearny, there are a few council races. In the Third Ward, it is a race with Eileen Eckel, the incumbent, against challenger David Paskevich. And in the Fourth Ward, two non-incumbents running against each other. It is Stat Theodoropoulos, who is on the ticket led by Mayor Al Santos, and he is running against the former mayoral challenger, Sidney Ferreira. Now, this is what we know, and I have to make this very, very clear that all of these numbers are unofficial, and the chances of them being official are very, very slim in the next hour or so. But we'll start in Kearny. In the Third Ward, the unofficial tally of votes has Eileen Eckel winning by a vote margin of 849 to David Paskevich's 449. So that's a 400 vote margin there. And in the Fourth Ward, Stat Theodoropoulos has 657 votes to Sidney Ferreira's 365 votes. So that is almost a 300 vote margin in the Fourth Ward. In the town of Harrison, unofficially, the vote tally was approximately 1,500 votes for Mayor James A. Fife and around 800 votes for Anselmo Milan. That, according to current Third Ward Councilman Larry Bennett, and we will have Larry with us in a few minutes to discuss the results in just a few minutes. Now, the other race in North Arlington is Mayor Dan Pronti, who is seeking a second term. He did not have much of a threat in that race at all because his challenger's name is still sort of unclear. The only thing we knew about that race was that the man who was running against him's son was also running for a council seat. So we'll see what comes of that race, and we'll reach out to Mayor Pronti, and hopefully he will join us in a few moments as well. But again, to recap, Kearny Third Ward, Eileen Eckel wins by 400 votes unofficially. Unofficially, remember, all of these numbers will change because it's possible that this doesn't include the early voting and the paper ballots or any provisional ballots. So as of now, 849 to 449, there would have to be a humongous margin of uncounted votes out there for that to change. And I don't think there are, from what I was able to ascertain from the Hudson County website. And in the Fourth Ward, Stat Theodoropoulos wins 657 to Sid Ferreira's 365 votes in the Fourth Ward, and it was Mayor James A. Fife who won very, very, very big tonight in Harrison against his big and longtime foe, Anselmo Milan. Now, when I spoke with Anselmo Milan a few weeks ago for his video, and some of you may have seen this, he said that he would probably not concede on Election Day if the vote were close because he had a list of 1,000 Harrison voters who have moved out who are still on the rolls. I haven't had a chance to speak with Anselmo today yet, or with any of the people in his campaign, including Mike Fernandez, his son-in-law, and John Pino, his dear friend and the person who is probably most involved with his campaign. But from all insights, it wasn't really close. So we'll see what happens there. So it's possible that there won't be a concession, and I'm sure Mayor Fife will claim victory tonight in his speech when he addresses his folks over at the Harrison Elks tonight. but we'll see what comes of that. But then again, we just don't know because elections have been so different in this country over the last couple of years. So that's where it sort of stands right now. Big margins of victory for Mayor Fife and pretty wide margins for the Santos-backed candidates in the 3rd and the 4th Ward. In the 1st Ward in Kearny, George Zapata will win very easily. He was running unopposed. He, of course, is a member of the Board of Education now, but come January 1st or whenever they have their reorganization meeting, he will sit on the council as he replaces the retiring Albino Cardosa, who's been a councilman for a long time, a very good man who is retiring, and Pete Santana, who has been on the council since, I believe, 2017 now, wins his second full term as 2nd Ward representative, and he will receive another 4 more years on the council. Now, something else to keep in mind in Kearny, that for the next 2 years there will be no municipal elections. There was one last year for mayor and 4 council seats. There were 4 council seats up for grabs this year, and now there will be 2 years where there will be no more municipal races. The next year of a race, I believe, is 2025, because of 2021 was the first, 2022, then we have 23 and 24 where there will be none, and so then it will be again in 2025. 3 years for Harrison as well, because they have staggered elections as well, so we'll see what happens there. And in North Arlington, presuming that Dan Pronti won his 2nd full term, he will go for another 4 more years. You may remember Dan Pronti became the mayor of North Arlington 4 years ago under very sad circumstances. Mayor Joe Bianchi was in office. He was on the ballot up for re-election, and he died just before the election. Excuse me. And fortunately, they were able to get the ballots fixed, and they were able to get Dan Pronti on the ballot in time. Back then, it was very, very close. It was in October that year. But Dan won that year, and now he has won again, more than likely. But we'll reach out to him later and let you know for sure. In the meantime, what we'll do right now is we're going to reach out for Councilman Larry Bennett. You may hear a phone ring for a few minutes, a few seconds. I don't have a producer, and if I did, it would be nice, but I work for a small newspaper. We can't go out hiring producers, but we're going to try to get Larry on the line right now, and when we do, we will get some more official numbers for him. So excuse the phone ringing here for a minute while we reach out to Councilman Larry Bennett, who, as of now, is probably hanging out at the Elks in Harrison. So here's the phone ringing. This is riveting radio, isn't it? So now, my luck, he's probably giving his speech right now, and it'll go to voicemail. But if we get some luck here, maybe he will be able to pick up the phone when we call. But my luck, he's giving his speech right now, and usually he picks up quick. So we'll see what happens there. Just a few more minutes, and we'll go to voicemail. And that's exactly what is happening.
The phone call is important to me. Please
it's Larry Bennett,
and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, so there it is. This is the luck of the draw when you do live broadcasting. You just never know what's going to happen. But that's Councilman Bennett's voicemail. That helps us very much. Let's see if we can get Mayor Pronti on the line now too. We'll reach out to him. I'm sure he's got a lot of people around him too tonight, so this may not be an easy task either, but we'll give it a shot nonetheless. Just bear with me as I make these phone calls, folks, live and on the air with you, but we want to bring you as best of coverage as we can tonight here on the Observer Live. Let's see if Mayor Pronti is available.
Kevin.
Mayor Pronti, how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Okay. You're on the air with us. Let us know how you did tonight.
Let me go over to the numbers. We actually did very well.
Okay.
I'm just walking through. I have a nice large crowd here at the hall.
Excellent. Where are you guys tonight?
We're up on Ridge Road.
Oh, good. Okay.
Can we get the numbers back by any chance? Where's Mario? Tell him. All right. I'm going to put you on speaker. quick, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Sure. No. This is okay. This is okay.
I'm going to pull up the numbers. There we go. All right. My numbers with my challenger, Kevin. I got 3,106. Can you put that back? And my opponent got 989.
Wow, that is a huge margin. Huge margin. Okay. And in the council races?
In our council races, both of our council people got 2,883. They both got the same exact number.
Wow.
And the opposition council got 1,162.
Interesting that the council candidates got more votes than the mayoral candidate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't ever.
Let me put you back. I'm sorry. I'm
Sure.
maneuvering my phone here. There we go. All right. Now I got the numbers back up.
Awesome. I don't remember ever there being an exact tie for council when you're voting for two, that they got the exact same number of votes. That's pretty remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. That's strange. And they weren't. Every district wasn't the same. Every district fluctuated, for different reasons, I would imagine. But everybody kind of stayed the course throughout the whole town. And basically, I mean, the people spoke. They know who's out there doing the right thing for the town, and it's pretty evident that we have more and more residents and voters that are actually paying attention, and they go out and they're voting they're voting for their heart, and they're not just voting down party lines.
Right. And you sort of made that happen, I think, 4 years ago too, because you proved that that people don't vote the line in North Arlington, and that's something that's always been very sophisticated about the town. That people will.
We don't govern by party lines. We take care of everyone. We do the right thing by North Arlington residents. We don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, a Whig, and you can be any party you want. You know what I mean? We don't treat anyone differently, and and it shows. People see it. They know we're out here doing the right thing for everyone, and we're actually out here involved.
Right.
And it's kind of frustrating when we see the people who run against us, who constantly put the same nonsense out year after year with the same rhetoric that this is a 1 day a month job, and what do you have to do for this money? They're more concerned about how much money a council person makes than what we're doing here for the town. And it's it's evident we're not doing this for the money, because we don't make a lot of money at all doing this.
Right.
So thank you.
Remind everybody how much you make a year as mayor. 12,000, isn't it? Something like.
I don't even think it's close to 12,000. It comes out to about $33 a day.
Right.
I think, but it's obviously not the reason we do it. You know what I mean? I mean, for the $33 a day, I think I spend more than that on Girl Scout cookies when when the kids are out doing what they have to do.
Absolutely.
But we just do it because we love the town, and myself, my entire council, we're all out there all the time, when we're always approachable. I mean, we're not afraid to answer questions. We actually welcome questions, and that's the difference. I had people that reached out to my opponent, and they never got a response. They put a statement out that says, send an email to here, send it to there. And they really turned off a lot of people, because no one made an attempt to even say who the other person was.
Right. And I will admit this, and I hate to do it, but I still don't know what your opponent's name is, and the election's over, that's unfortunate.
Mr. Sever, his name is.
Sever.
But
okay.
Like I said in our interview, he could be the nicest guy in the world. I do not believe that he set out to be the mayor of North Arlington. I believe he was a placeholder.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to get someone else, and unfortunately, they suckered another person into holding that role, and it's unfair to people too. If someone wants to run against me, I welcome it, like I always say. But I mean, come on, show the people of North Arlington that that you're willing to do the job. These people aren't stupid. These people pay attention. Our residents are more and more involved in the community, and they know who does the right things, and they see the difference. They see what we've done in the last 4 years, how we've brought back community fairs, we've brought back different parades. We have different organizations that are flourishing with the kids, and different just different things that we do, and just fun things where we bring the community out together, and it makes a big difference, and people see it.
And it's got to be satisfying that the negative rhetoric is not validated by the voters too, right?
No, it's not. Very few people fall for it, and and they're going on, an antiquated way of running campaigns, where if you say negative things about people, you can see the entire state with the negative ads that you see on TV.
Right.
Instead of just polluting the air with negativity about your opponent, how about you go out there and say what you do in a positive way? What can you do to help me? These are the ads I want to see on TV.
That's right.
I don't want to see, oh, this one does this and this one hates that and this one's negative, and that's horrible. Nobody wants to see it. It's bad enough we have to watch the news and see all the negative things
right.
that go on in life. But let's see some positive things. Tell me why I want to vote for you, not why I want to vote against my opponent.
Exactly. And if anybody's just joining us right now, this is North Arlington Mayor Dan Pronti on the line with us. The mayor had a resounding victory tonight by more than 2,000 votes in his run for a second term as mayor of North Arlington. And Mayor Pronti, you got a lot of work ahead of you, too, in the next 4 years. And I know you have a lot of ambitious projects on the agenda, including senior and veteran housing and some more recreational facilities. You got to be satisfied that you were basically mandated to move forward with these plans. It's got to be pretty satisfying given all that you've been through.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing the progress that we make in the next 4 years, because we've done so much in the first 4 years that we have to top the first 4 years with the second 4 years. And I look forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think the residents are going to enjoy it, and it's going to be all positive things. It's only going to make our town better, and it's going to show.
Mayor Dan Pronti, I know you're very busy tonight. Thank you for a few minutes. Congratulations, and I'm sure we'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you very much, Kevin. Always a pleasure.
Same here, Mayor. That's Mayor Dan Pronti, the mayor of North Arlington, who just comes off a huge victory. 3,000 votes to 900 some odd votes. That's pretty remarkable. So we congratulate him on his victory tonight in North Arlington. We'll just take down the things here, the graphics that I put up on the screen. I got to do that manually. But in case you're just joining us, just a quick reminder. What we know so far is that the incumbent mayor, Dan Pronti, wins big in North Arlington. Mayor Jim Fife wins very big in Harrison. And in Kearny, the council results are that the newcomer, Stat Theodoropoulos, beats Sidney Ferreira. And in the third ward, the incumbent, Eileen Echo, beats David Paskevich. And that's about the only contested races that we have. We didn't get a chance to speak to Councilman Larry Bennett tonight, but I know he's probably very, very busy. But we will bring you plenty of comments from Mayor Fife and from all of the victors and the losers, if they wish to discuss it, on the next in the next edition of The Observer, which is, of course, a week from tomorrow. And if there's anything else that we can bring to you tonight, we will certainly bring it to you online or on video, depending on the urgency of it all. But for now, that's where things stand. Big victories tonight for Dan Pronti in North Arlington, the mayor of North Arlington. A big win for Jim Fife, the mayor of Harrison. And in Kearny, it is the Santos-backed Echo and Theodoropoulos who come away with pretty large victories themselves. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight. That's where it stands. And again, like I said, if there's anything else comes up tonight, we'll share it with you. But if not, check out the next edition of The Observer 1 week from tomorrow, where we'll have a full recap of all of these major races here in this readership area. So from the home studio tonight, Kevin Cadessa signing off for now, and we hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.